So, how do you make that jump from being a really great contributor to being seen as a real leader? It's a huge challenge, right? One that so many of us face. But here's the secret. It's not about working harder, it's about influencing smarter. Today, we're going to break down the 9 pillars that make up that exact blueprint.
Have you ever felt this? I mean, you're hitting all your targets, your work is absolutely top-notch, but you're still not being seen as leadership material. It's such a common frustration. And that's because leadership isn't just about what you do, it's about how you influence the people around you. So let's explore the 9 essential pillars that actually build that influence. You know, this whole journey, it really starts from the inside out. Before you can even think about leading other people, you have to know how to lead yourself. So this first section is all about building that solid inner foundation. It's the core from which all of your influence is going to grow.
Now, this foundation is built on 3 core pillars. First up is the absolute bedrock of leadership. Seriously, this is the one quality that everything else grows from. Conviction, and this is important. It isn't just about being stubborn, nope. It's about having done the deep, hard work to form a strong, well-reasoned point of view. Think of it like your own internal compass. When you have that kind of conviction, you naturally project confidence and stability. It just makes people want to stop and listen.
Okay, so once your internal compass is set and pointing true north, the next step is to take a good look in the mirror. And this brings us to our second foundational pillar. This one is absolutely crucial. Self-awareness is like your personal feedback loop. It's about really knowing what triggers you, where you shine, and just as important, where you need help. That level of honesty with yourself is what allows you to lead authentically. It means you can build a team that complements your blind spots instead of being held back by them. So, you've got conviction and you've got self-awareness. Great. But now, how do you point them in the right direction? Well, that brings us to the final pillar of our foundation. And here's the crucial part. Vision is what helps you move from this is my idea to this is our destination. A really powerful vision gives purpose to the daily grind, you know? It answers the big why behind all the work and transforms a group of individuals into a real team, all moving with a shared purpose. Okay, with that solid foundation in place, it's time to start building on it with action. This is where you shift from an internal belief to external proof. This is how you demonstrate competence and really earn the trust of everyone around you.
Our first action-oriented pillar is a big one. It's often the thing that separates true leaders from just being managers. Let's be real. Leaders don't have crystal balls. What they have is the courage to make a call. Decisiveness isn't about always being right. It's about preventing that dreaded analysis paralysis and creating forward momentum. A good decision now is almost always better than a perfect decision next week. Making a decision is one thing, but actually seeing it through, that's a whole other ballgame. This leads us right to the next essential action. This really gets to the core difference between just having ideas and actually making an impact. Talk is cheap, right? Execution is the true currency of leadership. When you consistently deliver, you build an undeniable reputation for reliability. You become the person people know they can count on. So you can make decisions and you can execute on them. Awesome. But how do you get everyone else on board? This brings us to the final pillar in our action section. You can have the best vision in the world, make the absolute best decisions, but if you can't communicate them effectively, they're going nowhere. Great communication makes sure everyone is aligned, that they understand the why, and that they're ready to play their part. It's the essential link between your strategy and the action. All right, you've mastered your inner game. You've demonstrated your competence through action. The final stage is all about multiplication. True leadership is about expanding your influence and elevating everyone around you. It all comes down to connection. To really expand your influence, you have to be able to connect on a human level. So let's start with the absolute heart of that connection. Empathy is your leadership superpower. It's the ability to genuinely try to see the world through someone else's eyes. When people feel understood and feel valued, that's when they give you their trust, their loyalty, and their absolute best effort. It's the foundation of psychological safety and what allows teams to perform at a high level. Empathy connects you deeply with your immediate team. But next, we're going to zoom out and see how you connect with the wider world. And this is not just about collecting a bunch of contacts on LinkedIn. A strong network is a source of new ideas, it's a source of critical information, and it's a source of vital support. It gives you perspective beyond your own little bubble, and it lets you connect dots and create opportunities that other people might totally miss.
Which brings us to our ninth and final pillar. This is the culmination of all of them. This is where it all comes together. When you combine your vision, your actions, and your connection with other people, you create inspiration. You don't just manage people, you actually motivate them. You create an environment where people want to contribute their best because you've turned a job into a shared mission.
So there you have it. You can see it, that's a really clear progression. You start with your inner game, that's the foundation. You prove it with your outer game, that's the action. And you multiply it through others, that's the connection. Each stage builds on the last, creating a powerful and, more importantly, a sustainable leadership influence.
Look, this isn't just theory, it's a practical roadmap. So as you think about your own journey, I want you to ask yourself, where's my biggest opportunity for growth right now? Is it in my inner foundation, my external actions, or my connections with others? The first step is just deciding, which pillar will you start building first?